Financial guilt came back to haunt me. I thought I had processed it completely, but I did not. And in this video, I'm going to share what happened. Five months ago, I decluttered and donated 3 times the amount of school supplies you see here in this video today. When I decluttered this category the first time, it took me 2 months to process all that financial guilt. Hi, my name is Erica Lucas. Welcome to my channel. I share videos about minimalism and living with less on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. I'm sharing this particular video today because I had what I'm calling a setback in my minimalism journey. I think of it as something that stalled my forward momentum the last 9 months. And it didn't set me backwards. I didn't undo anything. I didn't go shopping. It wasn't anything like that. It was something that just stopped me in my tracks for 9 days. A simple decluttering project on the second round of our educational materials I thought would be half-day project. So I lugged everything upstairs onto the dining room table. It was a lot more than I thought I had left myself, because I also pulled 4 bins from the crawl space. I emptied the shelves in our homeschool room and pulled everything together because I wanted it all in one place. Manipulatives, books, workbooks, all that stuff. And wanted to think through the 2020-2021 school year for my first grader, my kindergartner, and my pre-K. And wanted to have everything lined up. So I thought I would spend a morning 10 days ago situating all of that, and then whatever was left in the pile, I was just going to give to my teacher friends or my homeschool friend families and be done with it. After I lugged everything up, I started organizing by a very simple don't want, just a cursory, where I know we're not going to want this or this or this. And then I stopped, and financial guilt got a hold of me. And really just, I hit the pause button on a lot of things because I was so paralyzed by guilt, which is something I thought I had already worked through when I did the basement declutter and the first round of homeschool goods. I am not proud that financial guilt took a hold of me, but I share honest, real life struggles through the minimalism journey on this channel. So I wanted to be sure to touch on this because it did affect me over the last week or so, and I wanted to share that with you. It was big for me in the beginning. I spent about 2 months really grappling with it and then finally let it go. Or at least I thought I had. All the items I chose to save, I still didn't want that much. I had spent so much money on those things. I was just so burdened by the past decisions that I had made that it really brought me down. And I really, really worked on it over the last 9 days. And I want to share with you how I was able to put it behind me. It's sorry how much the financial guilt actually took over the last week. I wasn't motivated to create videos on this channel. I wasn't motivated to clean my house. I wasn't motivated to deal with the financial guilt or to deal with what needed to be done with decluttering this massive pile of things that I still hung on to. And it really paused my life. I allowed the mess and the clutter to sit there on purpose. I didn't drag it back downstairs because I was forcing myself to deal with the financial guilt. And I left it on the table. We didn't use our table for a week. I left that clutter in the busiest part of our house for a week on purpose, to force myself to deal with each and every item. Deciding whether to keep or donate something didn't change the amount that I had already spent. I couldn't sell something for $2 that I'd bought for $25 and feel okay about it. Giving it away felt better and felt right for me. So here's how I did it. I had to refocus my intention. I had to recalibrate my expectations of myself and my children and what I wanted from our homeschool and what materials would help me focus on the values we are teaching our children. And when I did that, I was able to better live with the decision of what I wanted to keep versus what I needed still to get rid of that was attached to the financial guilt. Number 2, I had to recalibrate my minimalism whys. I had to make sure that why I was doing everything in the first place was still motivation for me. I wanted to get out of debt and I wanted more time with my family. Hanging on to those items wasn't going to get me out of debt. Hanging on to those items that I needed to get rid of was going to cause me further stress and future stress. In hanging on to it, figuring out what to do with it, move it to a new house and unpack it in a new house when I didn't even want it in the first place. I can't undo what I did. So I had to figure out how to accept it. And recalibrating my whys helped me say, okay, the person I was 9 months ago is not the person that I am now. And the decisions I made before that live there. They don't live in the present with me, and they don't need to. And they don't need to burden me. And when I kind of tough talked myself about that, I felt so much better about past decisions. I can't undo them. I have to just accept them and let them go and figure out how to learn from them. And figuring out how to learn from them was number 3 for me, which I don't want to go down that road again. I don't want to go on these random trips to Ollie and Target and just get things that are not a fit for our homeschool plans for next year, the values that we're teaching our children, the subjects that we're required by the state to teach. And anything additional we're really putting in front of them. I don't want to just buy random things because they're just distractions and money spent that I live to regret. And that's not how I operate anymore. And because it's not how I operate anymore, and it's because it's not how I've operated at all since December, since kind of changing that at the start of my minimalism journey, I am 100% comfortable in committing that I will not spend in that way in the future. I will not put myself in this place again. That when I buy something for school, it will be intentional and purposeful. Number 4 was living with the guilt. And that happened this whole last 9 days. Living with it, not as a form of punishment, but as a form of coming to grips with who I used to be and how I used to spend and the person that I am now, and striking that balance, accepting it and letting it go. So living with the guilt really helped me let go of the guilt. Because once I knew exactly what each kid was going to focus on, if the item didn't support that and didn't need to support that, it went into the donate pile. And once I started sorting through everything, I came down with I was down to exactly what I wanted. I feel amazing about the decisions that I made to keep versus donate. And I feel like I have everything I need. Once I had committed to what I wanted to teach them, I let go of the financial guilt. It was like hitting the gas pedal on it. And for me, I don't know how you declutter, but for me, it always seems to go that way, where I'm sort of like stumbling along, figuring out the right approach, and then once I make my clarity, my mantra, I feel good about my decisions, the momentum kicks in and decluttering becomes easy because I know what I want to have after decluttering. So by deciding what to keep and then examining the rest, it seems to be the best way to go for me. I'm really confident about the decisions that I made for the kids in keeping what we're gonna focus on for first grade, kindergarten, and pre-K for this coming school year. We start July 1st, which is why this video is occurring now, because I am preparing to start school for them in a couple of weeks. So here's where we ended up for the year on materials for 3 kids. Just the 2 shelves, that's all I have left to move, to use for the next 12 months. And this doesn't include game schooling. We game school every week, a couple times a week. It cements the lessons. It's fun play for them. They learn faster and better when we play a game related to the concept that we're trying to learn. And I got rid of a lot. I got rid of 5 bags of trash, a huge bin of materials, of homeschool goods to other homeschool families. I feel really good about this declutter. I feel like this is one category of our move in 6 weeks. This is one category of our move that I have nailed down, ready to go, and organized. If you like this video, please give me a like and click subscribe if you want more videos about living with less and minimalism. Thank you for watching. Here's the latest video.